and welcome to the Direct Selling Success Podcast. I'm Anna Green, and I'm here to share with you tips, tricks, and training on network marketing done right. Thank you for listening. Today, I want to talk to you about social media. I've been having several conversations with different people over the past few weeks about how social media is not the same as it was. We're putting stuff out there on social media and it's not getting the same reactions. It's not getting the same results for people. People aren't as engaged or engaging on content the same. Who it's being shown to is different from what it used to be. Groups aren't as effective as they were before. So many things have changed and we're all really aware of it, yet most people are trying to do exactly the same as what they were doing before to get the results that they used to do, and they won't get it. You just won't get it. So I thought over the next 20 minutes, I'll talk to you about how you can sell more on social media for 26-27 and how you can make this work for you without feeling like you're just spamming the world or talking into a void. And I thought it's important now more than ever because social media is getting even more noisy. It's getting even more difficult. And I think for those people who can start to cut through the noise of AI and the adverts and the generic, boring, same old posts that you keep seeing, if you can cut through the noise, if you're one of those few that is going to start elevating what they're doing, you're going to be the ones that are at the forefront of social media online business within your field because you'll stand out from everybody else. I mean, how many of you have seen just the same content from different people over and over again? How many of you have seen posts that sound like they're just written by a robot with the same format of text written in the same way but maybe with a different topic? Not this, just this. and the way that they have the big long dashes and now here's the truth. Oh gosh, yeah, it's not great. You want to cut through this noise. Your audience are seeing this too and they're just getting bored. You need to stand out, especially if you want to sell or if you want to grow an audience. So I thought I would give you some ideas on what you can be doing to start standing out. Now, this is a really basic format of things that you can do. In July, between the 13th and the 17th of July, inside the Success Lounge membership, I am going to be running an Up Your Engagement Challenge. And we're going to go into what I'm going to talk about today in so much more detail. It's going to be free to all Success Lounge and Leader Lounge members and any of my other paying clients that are on like mastermind and one-to-one packages. But it's going to be available for anybody who wants to hop into the membership for a month for £34 to hop into, do the 5 days, really start nailing their social media and then hop back out again. No commitment, no cancellation charges, no minimum term, no nothing. Literally just come in, stay if you want to, leave if you don't. So let's get started. Just selling on social media by sticking up a buy my stuff post or a company generated reel or image or generic Canva posts will not cut it anymore. They might have done back in 2016, but they certainly don't anymore. What cuts it now is very different. And it's mainly being as human as you possibly can be, being genuinely you and showing up as you rather than the company, building your personal brand. And if you've never heard of personal brand, that is the way that you do things, what makes you different, why you. And I think this bit's incredibly important nowadays. Even the big companies are taking this on board and they are putting a face or a really clear personal brand to their company. as small businesses, it's triply important for us to be doing that. But my first top tip for you is to create a desire, a need. So you can't just put a generic buy my stuff post out. There's got to be a reason for somebody to want to buy. And that is a real need or a desire. So thinking of your products or services or your joining opportunity, or even booking a one-to-one, a party, a call, whatever it is, why should somebody do that? What is in it for them to do that thing? This is what you've got to talk about on social media nowadays. It's not just book the thing, buy the thing, join the thing. It's like, why? What difference is it going to make for somebody? How amazing is the experience going to be? What is it going to do for that person? And how is it going to make them feel? That stuff. They want to understand how it solves their problem. They want to understand that you are the person to do it and why you're the person to do it. And I know this might seem quite a lot, but this is what sells nowadays. This is what has always sold, but this is what will set you apart from other people selling online. Why? What's in it for them? The difference it's going to make. That real desire, using emotions, using stories, using outcomes and transformations, using examples, all those things. And if you start to use more of this, you're going to get a bigger result. You're going to get more people looking at what you're doing and thinking, oh yeah, that result, that's what I want. Or, oh, that thing they're talking about is so relevant to me because that's how I want to feel. And that is the crux of it when it comes to selling online at the moment. Really having your audience understand and see themselves after having bought that thing or joined that thing or booked that thing, what life is going to be like. Brainstorm on it. Have a real good brainstorm on it because it will make such a difference. And if you can brainstorm around those things for your products, your services, your joining offer, your booking offer, your party offer, whatever it is, all the things, you can then start to talk about them in a very different way online. And that's what will draw people in. So that's the first thing. The other thing is that because of AI and because of what's being called a trust recession, people don't believe what they're seeing. So, especially in network marketing, because network marketing's all a scam, isn't it, folks? We know it's not. But people think this because the trust has gone. They think this because they've been told things or have examples of things that are negative, that have either they've been misled or somebody they know has been misled. You know, all this stuff is really relevant to them. So to combat this, and I'm not saying that you combat it in a really aggressive way, but you do this through your marketing so that you become the trustworthy person. And this means being authentic, being ethical, posting and the content that you're posting being really full of integrity. What you deliver off the back of your content when people do buy into what you're doing is done in a really ethical, integrity-led, trustworthy way, so that you're saying one thing and you're going to get them that one thing, not saying one thing and they don't get that at all, and you're not providing that great service. But your content needs to show that trust, and it needs to build that trust, and it needs to show proof as to what that is going to happen. And this is all about sharing real results. So if you think about clients of yours or team members of yours, you're telling their story, you're using them as case studies. Where were they before? What have they gone through? You know, why did they decide to take the leap and say yes to product, service, joining offer? And then what actually happened? You know, what results did they get? What difference did it make? What transformation did they have? Get some real case studies in there. Keep talking about these case studies. Keep referring to the results that you've had, the results that your clients have had, the results that your customers have had, your teamies have had, other people within the same company as you. What results have they had? They're the really important things nowadays, because you have to build that trust. The more consistent you are with that message, the more trust comes across. The more consistent you are on your socials. Not consistency is not like amount, it's regularity. That will help with trust. The more you show up as you and not trying to be somebody else, the more trust will build. So this bit's really, really key to cutting through the noise of all the other people who are doing this badly. And it's not dissing them, and it's not trying to prove to all those people who say it's a pyramid scheme that they're wrong. This is about showing that you are standing in your place, being full of authenticity and being genuine, and this is what you believe, okay? And I think that's really, really important. The next thing is, are you telling people how they can buy? And I know this seems really obvious because, you know, it is. If you want people to buy, you've got to tell them how to buy. But so many people don't do it. Well, actually, you either go one way or the other. All you're doing is telling people to buy, or you're not telling people at all that they can buy. And when I say buy, again, I'm talking about buying your products or services, booking parties, booking one-to-ones or consultations, or joining the team. They're all a sale. You do it the same way. Where are you lacking in this? Is it that you're constantly telling people to buy? Or is it that you are not telling them at all? Or are you a nice in the middle? Because actually, I really want you to think about this. Because if you're forever telling people to buy, they don't want to be told to buy. They want to see some things that they can buy, but they don't want to just have it rammed down their throat because it's not engaging content. They also don't want to be told something. What do you mean? I am not the sort of person. If somebody tells me to do something, I'll do the exact opposite. So when you are putting your content out, there needs to be a healthy mix, and it needs to be more how they can buy. So if somebody wants to buy, do they DM you? Do they go to the link in your bio? Do they need to book a call? What is the next step that you want them to take? And ask them to take it. If they're the right fit, ask them to take it. If they've got this problem, ask them to take it. If they want this amazing result, this is the next step you take. Okay? And make it really easy to do that. Ask the question. Make the process really simple. If there's too many steps in that process, they'll get lost, they'll get bored. I mean, I know what it's like. If I click on something on social media that I want to buy, and I've got to do a 4-step process to enter my email and download this coupon code, and then I've got to click here, and then I can't find the thing that I saw on the advert, and then I'm like, oh, forget this, and I go, because I'm not interested anymore. So make it really simple. Make it not like a 15-step process for somebody to purchase something. Really, really simple. And preferably with you guiding them through it, not necessarily them going straight to a website, because you just lose them at that point anyway. So I would have a think about how you're doing that. The other thing to think about really clearly here while I'm on this point of asking people to buy or making it easy to buy or telling them how, is when you're doing this, make your buying process more around serving, less about buy my stuff. So you've all heard me talk about it because you've listened to me often enough now. Serve, solve and offer. Rather than sell at people, serve them. What do they need right now? How can you help them? Solve their problems. So that's all around what do they need right now? What do they desire? Talk to them about that and offer amazing opportunities. Would they like this amazing opportunity to have this result? That more than join my team, buy my stuff. It makes it such a more enjoyable process and puts you in a position of service rather than salesperson, which nowadays is so key. So think about how you can do that when you are making it easy to buy and how you're telling people to buy. One more thing, and especially on social media nowadays, be social. Social media, it says what it does on the tin, social, right? The more sociable you can be, the more you're building relationships and genuine connections, the more you are interacting on people's stuff, the more people will see your stuff, the more you engage on other people's content, the more likely they are to engage on yours, the more you will build opportunities, the more you'll build the trust. Being part of a community, online or offline, but especially online nowadays, is what's going to set you apart. Building your own community, that people that you meet in other people's communities, that they can then become part of, is another big thing as well. But it's those relationships that are going to lead to amazing opportunities, and the conversations that you can then take into the DMs personally to build that relationship and connection further, the ways that you can find out about people and what their problems are and what desires they have so that you can give them that thing through service. They're all amazing things that you can do when you build more relationships online. Social media is now not just about posting and going. It's about the connections you're forming around your posts, commenting back to people, asking questions, being in other people's worlds and getting to know their audiences. All this stuff, so super key. So I hope you will take that on board as well, that social media, you're going to have a plan of your own, as well as just creating the content. It's going to be about an engagement strategy as well. Who and where are you engaging? Where are you showing up? In what audiences? How are you showing up? Are you going to show up as, you know, the person who can help with this thing? Because that's what's going to set you apart. So I hope that's been helpful. Like I said, we're going to go more into this in depth in the Up Your Engagement Challenge within the Success Lounge membership on the 13th of July. If you're already in the membership, Success Lounge membership, Leader Lounge membership, you don't have to do anything. If you're listening to this and you're not, you can join. I'll put the link underneath. You can join and come in for a month. You can come and get involved, come and join in with the challenge and either stay, take part, stay. There's all sorts that goes on in the membership, and there's all sorts coming up through the summer. Or you can come out again. You've paid £34 to come and do the challenge, and you'll learn loads about social media that will really massively help you in your network marketing business. But thank you all for listening. I will see you all soon.